Hi, Joanne Quinn, insurance professional and co-founder of REMEDIGAP.com, and today's video is all about how to track that Medicare Part B deductible so you don't overpay. This is especially important if you have Medigap Plan G or Plan N because you will receive bills from your medical providers. And you want to make sure that you are paying only the amount that you are responsible for. Because once you overpay, then you have to try to get your money back from the provider, which can be very stressful and time consuming. So I'm going to give you some easy ideas on how to track that Part B deductible. But make sure you stay till the end for my bonus tip where I share the not so great way to track your Part B deductible, which might surprise you. So let's get started. So as a reminder, the Part B deductible is actually your medical deductible. So examples of claims might be doctor visits, specialist visits, lab work, durable medical equipment. These are the types of claims that would be applied towards your Medicare Part B deductible. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive into tip number 1 about how to track that Part B deductible. So tip number 1 is account for everything you pay for. And I know this might seem obvious, but in reality, we get busy in our everyday lives and forget to document important information, which means later on, when we're trying to find that information, we have to look through old bank statements, pull out check registers, find clear checks, whatever it might be. It can be time consuming and rather frustrating. So let's look at some easy ideas to avoid that. So the first idea is just to simply keep a folder, a Medicare folder, a healthcare folder, however you want to name it. But inside of it, you write down the important information that you need in order to track the Part B deductible. And that would be who you've paid, who's the provider, the date you paid, the date of service, which means the date you had that doctor's appointment, maybe your check number, or if you paid online, the date that you paid online through your banking account. This can be kept in a folder, on a sheet of paper, can be kept in a notebook separately. The point is to keep it all in one place. And I really like the idea of actually just taking the bill that you receive and writing on that bill exactly the information that you need, which is how much did you pay the provider and what was the check number that you used to pay, or if you paid online or by credit card, whatever the means are, you document it right on the actual bill and then file that bill in your Medicare folder so it stays in one place. Now, if you don't like the idea of keeping track of everything on paper, then of course you can use your computer and create a spreadsheet using the same information on the spreadsheet. The point is to have easy access to that information so you can easily track how much you have paid towards the Part B deductible. Now, I know we're all different and we all have our own organizational preferences, so if keeping track on paper is not your thing and you're not interested in using the computer, I'm sure you have a calendar, whether it's on the wall, on your desk, or your phone. You can simply keep track on the day that you sent your payment, just write down the amount you sent and by which means, whether it was by check with the check number, it was online banking or credit card. But at least you will have that resource and it's all contained in one place on a calendar, and then you can use that to cross-reference with tip number 2, which is access your account information on medicare.gov. This is a great tool. However, it's best used for cross-referencing and not as your sole resource for tracking the Part B deductible, and I'll show you why. So here you see we have access to my medicare.gov account, and if you don't have one, you can easily set one up. I will put the link in the post below for you. Now, once you're in here, Medicare will tell you when you've met the Part B deductible for the calendar year, which is great. However, what it doesn't do is keep track of what you've actually paid out of your pocket towards that deductible, and that's what's really important. So what we need to do is look at the actual claims. This is where you can cross-reference what you've paid and see if it matches up with what Medicare says you are responsible for paying. So why is it important to cross-reference? Well, you might receive a bill from a provider once you've already met that Part B deductible. I had a client that this happened to where his bill actually included the remaining Part B deductible plus the 20% coinsurance. These things happen from time to time, so they are important to pay attention to. So let's take a look at his case. Now, this occurred in 2016 when the Part B deductible was $166. So just keep that in mind as we go through the case study. At the time the client received a bill, he had already paid $63 towards the Part B deductible, but his provider mailed him a bill for $106.37. However, the client should have only paid $103 because when you add the $63 he had already paid, it totals $166, which means he met the Part B deductible, and the remaining $3.37 was going to be paid by his Medigap Plan G. However, he paid the full $106.37. And I understand why he went ahead and paid the entire bill. No one wants to be in a position of not being in good standing with their medical provider or even being thrown into collections. But here's the thing. That coinsurance, that $3.37, was paid by his Medigap company. So now the patient has to go back to the provider and try to recoup his money. Thankfully, again, it wasn't a whole lot, but it just drives home the point of how important it is to track that Part B deductible so you don't find yourself accidentally overpaying and then having to take the time to contact the provider to get your money back. And as a side note, if you have Medigap Plan in, you'll want to keep in mind that you may be billed for copays and document that separately as they don't apply towards the Part B deductible. And as promised, my bonus tip for today is don't rely on your Medicare summary notices to track your Part B deductible. For one thing, that notice is only sent to you once a quarter, and it's not sent after every claim is processed, so it's not very timely. But you can use it as a cross-referencing tool to go along with any of the other ideas that we covered in this video. And of course, if you have any ideas on how to track the Part B deductible, I'd love to hear them. Leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to watch any of my other videos, just click on the little I in the right-hand corner of the screen to access my video page. And if you like this video, please click the like button. Please share it, and don't forget to subscribe so you can always see my videos when they come out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. There they are. Oh, that's not it. Yeah. It's different and organize actual claims, and this is where you can be using the set one up, and I will provide.